I was feeling inspired today to color, to process. As usual, it all started with a thought. Really, it all started with journaling and a particular sentence. But coloring helps me process. It's my hope that in your watching and experiencing my expression, that perhaps you'll process similarly. Now, I had some challenges here because I am somebody who does not like dull pencils. Okay, whether it's the one that we're just writing with or, yeah, I can't do it. It frustrates me. And maybe one of these days I'll upgrade to maybe one of these days I'll upgrade to a more, I don't know, refined sharpener. I almost gave up here. But I think this is a beautiful representation of what I was experiencing and what I was attempting to express through art. The sentence that got me thinking in my journaling was leaps of faith left and right with an intent toward alignment. Leaps of faith left and right with an intent toward alignment. And there I go, with the energy to persevere, with the faith to try again, and the awareness to pause and take a break when my body tells me to. You know, this sentence got my brain jumping as per usual, and I thought about faith, I thought about trust, belief, alignment, adversity, adaptation, beauty, appreciation, direction. And in this case, it can be related to the idea of coloring in one direction, maybe an intention to color inside of the lines and what may be perceived as a mistake or a failure in coloring outside of the lines. But what if it's a part of the process? What if it's a part of how we learn what alignment really is? What if it's necessary along the journey? And while this can be related to my coloring page and my frustration with sharpening that yellow pencil, I promise. There I go, picking it up again. Because I'm determined. I am resilient. And I trust myself. So it's worth it. And even still, that pencil wasn't as sharp as I intended for it to be. But I was able to make progress. I was able to remove that point from inside of the pencil sharpener that, maybe I could have chosen to throw it against the wall or throw it in the trash, child. But I tried again. And I was able to create enough friction for satisfaction. Enough friction to teach me that I do have the ability to adapt. That there's still value in that pencil, even in its unsharpened state. Even when it's outside of the lines of perfection. I trust myself, so it's worth it. And then I thought about the risks. The risks involved in starting somewhere new. I took my time at the beginning and I analyzed the lines and the patterns and the picture ahead of me. I thought about where I wanted to begin, but not necessarily where I intended to end. My only intention was for completion. My only intention was for success in the way that I defined it in that space. And so maybe my intentions shifted. Maybe they shifted from an intent to start with the butterflies, start with the flowers. Maybe something caught my attention along that path, along that journey. And then I have to assess. I have to think about if this aligns with me. And would I classify it as a risk? Starting over somewhere new. Starting over with a new pencil. Starting over in a new place on the page. But I trust myself, so it's worth it. I trust that something else caught my attention with reason. And although I didn't have full awareness in that moment, perhaps there's meaning to be found in that veer off of the path, so to speak. Perhaps there's purpose to be identified in the beauty that caught my eye. Maybe there's appreciation that I can gain in the lesson of following my naturalness and being authentic to the journey. Within that pause, I can assess those things and not assess them against society's expectations or the me 5 years ago, even. Not assess them against cultural values that I don't align with. But maybe there's something special in leaving that flower undone to move to another space. Maybe there's something within that other space that teaches me something about that flower I needed to know. Maybe there's a dullness that needed to occur in the pencil before I moved on. And this also brings me to the sense of self session 2. The card we pulled referenced time and calling attention to perhaps the need to reevaluate our relationship with time. I wasn't rushed in this process. I wasn't timing myself. I wasn't adhering to expectations that weren't realistic in this case. I was simply allowing myself to be. Allowing myself to express and experience in real time. Be present with the lines within the coloring page, the way that the pencil feels sensory-wise when I color in different directions and as the pencil dulls naturally. Listening to the music play in the background to deepen my understanding. And most importantly, I trust myself, so it's worth it. But I have some questions that came up for me, and maybe some questions that could be beneficial along your path. Perhaps it's not specific to time in the present. Maybe you're not choosing to color or listen to music or express in a similarly artistic way today. But you're on a journey of learning, applying, building, evolving, assessing success, determining failure, identifying your desires, your responsibilities. And so, what is your intention? How do you identify alignment? What is the risk of starting somewhere new? What is your faith attached to? And most importantly, Do you trust yourself in a way that makes it worth it?